strife. Commented last night and just lit the light bulb off in my head. I was like, duh. Swap these around and see. We had 40 on cylinder 7 and 32 on. The purple circled letter is where we're at, where we were. And so now I took number 7 and put it in number 2, took number 2 and put it in number 7.
He put number 7 in number 1. Number 1 and number 7.
Oh yeah, 1 and 7, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. So I took the highest with the lowest and I'm gonna switch them. Okay, 37.5, but let's come over here. And we're 35. So we're gonna be 36. We will ride with 36. There's 36. Let's see. I can't do it with the camera in my face. There you go, 36 and 36. That's that one. So, very happy with that. Now we go back to this one. This is number
1. Number 7 and number 1.
Yeah, that one was 40. This one was 40, so we dropped it down without doing anything to 36. We can ride with 36. Now we go to this side over here, and that is right at, well, that's showing 37, but we come to this side. Yeah, 37. 37 or, I thought it was, let's see. I was hoping it was 36. Oh, it's getting higher. So we have went round and round with this block here and switched number 2 with number 7, and the protrusion they both stayed at 38. So we got weird stuff going on here with this one. I don't know, you're catching us through the thought process of everything, because I put number 7 and number 2. All right, I had 32 on number 1 and I had 40 on 7. So I put number 1 in 7, switched them around, and it made them both 38. So that's freaking odd, right? I was gonna switch those two and then switch that one with that one, and then switch the 36s with the 38, and then a 36 and a 37. I was gonna just switch them all around and see if we can make it, but I've got these two in here. And this is number 7 with number 2 in it, and it's 38. So we're at 38 on 7 with the rod that was in number 2 and gave us 32 with the rod and the piston. So that's a little disheartening. So I've got this block here, and I think I'm getting ready to uncover the surfacer. And this is a factory block. And we're just gonna surface this one, and I mean, we're gonna have to build the engine a whole bunch. I wire brushed a bunch of that in there. I can blow it off, try to knock some of that, knock as much of the, nasty rust and stuff off, but we'll get it all off before it's actually in service. But we gotta surface all this off and hope it doesn't take too much. So if we do that, then we got another block. We got the same crank, and we'll try the same rods and see what it does to the protrusion on this. I mean, you could argue that we could go ahead and put this block together. Just put it on the stand, throw the crank in it, and check it. But this block needs surfaced anyways, so let's go ahead and surface it. It'll be for future stock if we got to. But it's just gonna take a lot of assembly, reassembly, disassembly, and measuring, checking, take it apart, put it back. That's what we're doing right now. Like, we're halfway through it. We're not even halfway through it. Once we get the game plan for what we're gonna do, it'll be fine. But right now, the light switch hasn't flipped on for what the answer is. I'm sitting here looking at all these blocks and all these cranks, and we can put anything together to make one. But we want to make sure everything is good. I don't want no 40s. Swing from 40 to 32, that's a bit much. I'd like to have them a little consistent. So if I cut this block nice and square, chances are that we'll have only a problem because we surfaced Ron's blocks so much. Because all those numbers would be good if we took 5 off. If we took 5 off every single one of them, well, except that 32. There's one 32. I don't want to take 5 off that. I mean, we could and it would run. But, I'd rather not. It's a mind game right now. It's a mind game. It's not work. There's no work to be done right now. It's all thinking. And once we get done thinking, then we can bust out the work real quick. We just got to make sure we're doing what we're, you know, supposed to be. We got to be progressing, not one step forward, 4 steps back. That's, yeah, we don't want to do that. All right, well, I'm running 3,000ths up. We got the second block in. Let's go ahead and let's just get it out of the way. Let's make it happen. I mean, either way, the block needs to be surfaced, so let's just do it. Hopefully, it'll work for Ron, I hope. All right, well, this is 2. This makes 3,000ths cut off of it right here. And it looks pretty good. We'll see after this cut, see how much it cleans out around all these ports. Hopefully it cleans it pretty good. We'll find out here in just a minute. Okay, this is 4. It's getting pretty close. Pretty freaking close. Maybe 4 will do it. I'm betting that it won't take 9 though. Pretty freaking sure of that. So let's get this pass ran. I mean, if we can do 5, we'll probably be all good. That's 4. I went ahead and set it. Let's go ahead and do another one. We'll do 5 and then a 0 cut. And, I mean, it's looking pretty good around the ports. Does not have a lot of damage. We got a little bit right there. Put all this a little bit up there, but most of it looks fine. Around the deck, cylinders look fine. So hopefully this is the last one. We'll do a 0 cut and the side's done, hopefully. All right, we're going with this. This is 0 cut right here. We're going with that. Once this pass is done, let's move on to the next side. I'm good with that. Got little spots, but outside of the ceiling, just a fuzz right there, but that'll be all right. I'm under 5. I mean, you could question, I could go and just skim another half of one and see if it gets that any better. Because I don't like that trail up there at top either. Little spots when they're in a line. It's kind of an indication that coolant was going that way. So let's, I'm gonna gamble. I'm gonna do another half. All right, I got the second side on a level. This is gonna be the second 2,000ths when we get done with this cut. 2.5 actually, a little bit more than 2. Looks a lot better than the other one, but once again, we won't know until we put the rod in, see what it. Let's do another one. Is this gonna be the last cut? Maybe. Don't look half bad. No, that looks pretty freaking good right there. Let's do a 0 cut right now. Go. See if maybe we can get some of that. If you look up there, it's hardly anything and it's outside the surface, so that don't matter at all. A little bit going up here and there, but let's see if that gets that out. It'll be all right. There it is. Potentially Ron's new block. Let's give it a bath. Well, I'll chamfer the bores first and then give it a bath. All right, just like that, it's out. Final cleaned. We got the bed plate over there, crankshaft there. This is the new block. The old block is. Oh yeah, I set it all the way back there. Yeah. Way back there on the dolly where this one came from. So we're final cleaned now. Now let's get the lifters out, get everything out, get everything situated, because we're gonna go ahead and put the front and rear covers on and the bed plate and seal it, because I am going to gamble that that crank with this block, okay, we'll just say that crank and this block will have good protrusion. Now what we don't know is about those rods or anything like that, but we can always adjust the rods later, because the rods are going to be easy. We can make those weight match. We can match a different set of rods and make them weigh that. We can do that. And that's not a, I hope we don't have to, but we're going to see. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and get this almost a short block, I want all the T-joints sealed up, everything done, and then we'll mess with protrusion. Because if this block is gonna be done, then, you know, we can throw the rods in it, and once the protrusion gets good, then we'll be done. Put the oil pan on it, flip it over, put it in the truck, let's go. But I don't wanna have to, well, I'm gambling that it's gonna be good, so I can put this crank in and seal it. And my gamble is gonna be that crank can stay in this block. No matter what the protrusion is, we can work it out and make it good. But that's my goal, that's my plan, that's what we're gonna do. So let's just put it all together. Oh my goodness, this is gonna take a long time. But we found what I think is an 03, so we'll get this uncovered and see if it was preserved good. That was horribly fun, wasn't it? Haha, yep. That is an 03 when it got that 771 stamp on the end. Okay, there you go, Ron, you got one. Let's go put it in the cleaner and get it clean. It's that wonderful 03. Rub my fingers over every journal, spin it around, especially when it's been in the barn. Just keep an eye, look at every single bit, look for any imperfections. This thing looks wonderful. No failure. What is that? No. Now we're putting some cooling jets in. Put some blue Loctite on them. Got the engine spun over here, and we'll work our way down, get all them in. Put that in, put a little lube in the lifter bores, and then camshaft. Let's do this. Here we go. Don't forget to oil the bed plate so that you can torque it down and get a good torque. Don't forget. All right, she's all torqued in, all good, all done. Now let's put the covers on, get all done with sealant, pump cover, rear cover, front cover, lifters, branch tube, all that right now. Put a full set of high lift Johnson lifters in. Put them down just like that, wiggle them around, slide right in. Last 4. Don't forget your lifters and branch tube. We've done that before. Put the rear cover on, no lifter, no branch tube. Yeah. Well, that sucks. Don't do that again.
Only do that once.
Yep, we didn't do it again. All right, last one. Here we go. It's a messy job. All right, we just came back from lunch. The engine is there. All together, T-joints done. It's so bright out here, we don't even need to turn lights on. Got the pump in, pump cover, that T-joint is done. The T-joint down there is done. And the ones on the front are done. So that's wonderful. Okay, so now Julie is gonna wash. We're gonna take those apart, hand wash the pistons and the rods, wrist pins, all that. Get ready to put the new rings on, put the new rod bolts in. And me, I'm gonna put some headphones on and hang out here with this oil pan for a minute. That's the one, we found that from the boneyard. There's quite a few of them, but we got a little dent right here. But I think it'll be okay. I think it's good. We'll get another drain pan or a plug and check it. But let's wire brush this all down and get some paint on it. We'll do that right here with a bench grinder. Maybe a cordless angle grinder works too. Get the rings off. Let's take the rings off. Julie's washing. She's gonna wash them and get them done. And hopefully I'll get down here and I can put the rings back on. I gotta get over there in the pan though. Dang it. Just like dishes, it's kinda good. throw some soap on it. Oh no. It's right before paint. I'm painting it right now. All right, it's done. That's one of our oil pans. Say it's done, but it's got just the first, well, one quick coat, waited a minute or two, 3, and then put another little better coat on it. A little better coat. Got a little paint on the mating surface too. I'll come back over here in a minute. We'll put a pretty fat coat on it, about 15 minutes or so. But now everything's clean here. So we'll get the new rings out. Actually uncover this. Let's just turn on, let's go. Let's put the new rings on. Okay, we was talking about rod bolts, huh? Damn, look at that. It's from 2015. We just picked them up today. Yeah, that's freaking. Ferrule's got a little rust on them. What do you guys think? 2015? Julie's going to look, see if we got any other ones. They only had one of them. The rest of them are all new. We're reusing the pistons. Make sure it's all smooth. That's what I'm doing while I'm putting the rings on. Now for the top ring. There you go. Okay, so we forgot to wash the wristbands. Julie has a little setup here. Spray it, blow dry. And now she's done that to the rods, pistons, rod caps, and now wristbands. And we're gonna oil the wristbands and hang the rods. Look at that funny crack on those rods. First rod bearing going in. There they all are though. Look at that paint we did. We changed a little bit. Ha, I like it. Now when we get done putting all the bearings in, I like to blow along there and there and there and there, kind of hold it away from the table, because you will scrape a little bit of metal right there when you slide the bearing in. So blow that off. So now let's flip it over. For the last time, upside down. I like to keep it right side up so all the sealant can kind of stay and not have oil sitting up against it, because once I flip it over, the pump will leak a little bit out. But I want the pump in there. You guys notice? I want that pump in. I want to put all that sealant together. At least give it a fighting chance. All right, there you go. Now let's get set up, get a little oil, coat the sides, coat the rings, coat the bearings, and put them in. Let's do it right now. And if you don't have these when you're building an engine, get them. Don't build it without these. Don't use the, I guess you can, but these, I haven't broke a ring in over a decade. Oh crap, I shouldn't have said that. Damn it. Now I walk my way around and tighten these two to where they almost click. And then they all should hit about the same time. It's 19,000 side clearance. And we've checked the first two. Look at that, it's promising. Now one, we got a little bit low. I think it's that the bushings in there was a couple thousandths low. But look at number two, it's 34. Perfect, and 29 on one. Right now we just got torque, so we're gonna measure 3 and 4. And let's see if we have a good or a bad trend going. Cylinder 3, 0. Haha, 34. Look, it's gonna go back down. Bam, 34, that is freaking beautiful. Look at that, gamble paid off. All right, cylinder 4 is 33.5. So we are on a good run right here. And we are gonna just go ahead and shove the other 4 in and then we'll check the rest.
Here we are, the infamous number 7.
Ah, 34, okay, it's all the way around that way. Hey. Yeah, 33 actually.
Wow.
We are golden. Absolutely freaking beautiful. That's gonna be 35. Let's see, 35 and 35, yeah. A 30, well, that's 36. And then over here, and I got 34.5. So we can call it like 35.5, but try to center it up. It's 35, and there's 35, yeah. We'll go 35 on that one. That's freaking great, we fixed it.
Yay.